Yo, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. And I know I've been away for a while, but baby, we are back and you guys can expect more content every single day. But today we're doing SKYLINE, spawn points, spawn guide, everything about it. We're also going to talk about some timing, some good positions, power positions, and everything like that. And we're going to break down the map fully so you guys can understand it a bit more, hopefully. And other than that, let's jump straight into it. So Hardpoint 1. There's obviously a good side and a bad side. Obviously, that's just how Hardpoint is. This side is the good side in my opinion, and this side is just a tiny bit worse. The only main reason is just because P2 is right up here. That's the only reason I would say that makes it a good side. Other than that, the map layout is relatively even. I don't really think there is one side that has a huge advantage. It does play a little bit weird just because there's a lot of split spawns and everything like that, but you know, we'll go through all that today. Hopefully it'll make a lot more sense for you guys. Now, before we get into it, remember you have a primary, you have a secondary, and then you have a revenge spawn, which is new. Revenge spawns only happens if your primary and secondary are blocked. So I'll show you guys how to block primary and secondaries, how to push the team so that they're spawning at the furthest point possible. All right, let's just jump straight into it. And of course, P1, you have your primary right over here. We all know that, I'm pretty sure. Your secondaries are going to be actually here, and then your revenge spawns are just actually underneath these stairs and one in this corner right here. Now again, your revenge spawns, like for example these ones, these would happen if your primary and secondary are blocked. Now we also have to talk about anchor position. Now the anchor position for red team, this is your anchor position right here. If you're in this relative area, relative again being the key word, this relative area, you will pretty much be anchoring your team's spawns. So that means your team will be spawning more than like 70% of the times primary. If it's blocked for some reason, right, there's a person close by, then you might just get a secondary spawn. As long as you have a person in the primary, there is no reason you will be getting a revenge spawn. Let's jump on to the blue side. So your blue's primary spawns are gonna be your primary spawn is actually, there is one inside the bedroom, there's one just outside, and then obviously you have your secondaries just back here. Now your revenge spawns are on this side. If you can see, they're exactly opposite side. You can see like the map is pretty linear even to the spawn points. Again, your anchor position for the blue side is relatively here, so that's why you can see there is a little bit of a conflict of interest. Anyone that's sitting upstairs or they're playing bottom bedroom, you're holding this position for your team, so your team is always going to keep spawning here. So again, you do have to take that into account. As long as someone is in this position, your team will hold these spawns. You'll probably just spawn primaries or secondaries. No reason for there to be a revenge spawn. Now, if you are the blue team, you obviously want to learn how to block the primary and secondary for the red team, so they're spawning the furthest away from the point possible. Well, simply all you really need to do is get down to the gym area, this front piano area. If you can get presence in this area, this is the block for primary and secondary, and then obviously that means they're going to spawn revenge. If you're blocking, then be more aware of the kitchen side. Of course, you know, that's where they're spawning, so they're more than likely to push up this way. Now, if you are the red team, obviously you are also looking for you know, ways to block the primary and secondaries. This is a lot simpler just because this whole area is kind of open. All you really need is presence in just the front area of the bedroom. As long as you have someone in the front area of the bedroom, this will block the primaries and secondaries, making them spawn all the way in revenge. And then of course you just have to be aware of kitchen. All right, let's jump into point 2 here. Red side does have the advantage here, so let's just talk about red side first. Your primary spawns, there is actually one inside and outside, and then you have your secondaries obviously just outside here, and you actually have one close secondary there. And then your revenge spawns are in the exact same position, just underneath the stairs here, right next to it there again. That is roughly what you're looking at for the red side. Jump straight to the blue side. Let's just get them out of the way, to be honest. Your primaries are here. You actually have a closer one right here as well, and then one here as well. So you're looking at your secondaries back here, and then your revenge spawns in the exact same position. This is pretty simple. Anywhere here is an anchor, so that's why you'll have a hard time trying to flip P2, just because when the enemies die, they literally spawn on the anchor position. So that's why P2 spawns are very, very important in my opinion. If you can hold them, you know, it's awesome. Red team, if you can just get presence around here, this kind of blocks obviously primary, secondary. You can see how close you are, making them spawn revenge. So this, you know, make sure your secret is clear. Just makes them just push through kitchen or go up top and push that way, which is an easy hold for you guys on P2. Now remember that revenge spawns only happen if your primary, secondary are blocked. Okay, that's like one key thing to remember. So if you are spawning in the revenge positions, then you should know, oh shit, someone is pushing up, probably gym or top cat here, or if we're spawning here, oh shit, there's a guy around this general area, right? P3 is honestly, the spawns in this game I feel like are pretty simple, at least on this map. Your primaries are, oh sorry, let me change the color here. Your primaries right here and here. This is now your secondary is actually one back here, and you have a close one here, and you have a revenge spawn underneath in bedroom. For red team, you have a revenge spawn out here and out here. Your primaries are actually right here, here, and one just underneath the plat here, and you have a secondary right here. Again, if you want to anchor, you know, this side or the P2 side, it would be, let's see, yellow. Yeah, let's do yellow. You would be sitting around here, anywhere around here. You're pretty much anchoring the P2 side there. If you want to anchor the good side, this side on the map, the blue side is definitely the good side, just because P4 is right here. So you definitely want these spawns for sure. If you want to anchor, you're looking at the same thing anywhere right here. This is for blue team, right around there. The biggest thing I want you to be aware of on P3 is definitely this side right here, man. This side is super important. This is a huge power position, because you are literally cutting off like half of the map with this, whichever side you are. If you're spawning here, or if you're sitting here and the enemy is spawning here, you have this whole lane. You can probably cover top, you can cover this side for sure. If you're sitting on this side and they're spawning over here, you have again the whole lane. You can provide cover fire. It just makes having someone here pretty much on all the points, maybe not P4, makes your life a lot easier. You can stop that first push, and a lot of the times people are not expecting you to just sit in the hot top or even behind it and whatnot and stuff. Just camp it a little bit, you know, it's fine. I'm not gonna tell anyone, you know, whatever. P4, quite simple again, nothing too crazy for P4. Similar to the P2 side on the other map, this is your anchor position. So obviously it extends the whole map. All right, so just so you know, I'm just not drawing it all. It just means that if the enemies die here, they're literally spawning back onto the point, right? So just something to be aware of. Your secondaries are here and here. Your primaries are actually pretty close, and then your revenge spawns again are here and here. Nothing crazy, very similar to P2 on that side. You want to keep control of it. You want to watch your sides. You know what to do. Let me talk about the spawn points on this side. Your primaries are here, both in gym side. Your secondaries are just behind piano and one by this sofa area. And then you're looking at your revenge spawn here and one all the way back here. Now, again, if you want to block primary and secondaries, if you are on blue team, all you really need to do is literally just get outside. All you really need is a line of sight, like this whole area pretty much. You can sit anywhere here and it'll block. Again, obviously you do want to keep in point the halfway rule, unless you have someone hard blocking. Your hard block should win every single time. So you should be all right, but anywhere here you're blocking primaries and secondaries, and so it's going to make them spawn revenge. So all you need to focus is on would be kitchen, and having someone here obviously watching kitchen is very, very important. Now I'm going to reiterate this point again and again. You're spawning revenge if your primaries and secondaries are blocked. Okay, so I need you to keep that in mind, guys. So now this is just a simple scenario you to understand. If you do have enemies like this guy is upstairs and this guy is downstairs, but they're both on the anchor position, right? This is gonna cause pretty much this to happen, right? If blue team had already controlled these spawns, so and the red team is now on it, here's what's happening. Red team is gonna spawn there, you're gonna spawn there probably, or secondary, seeing if this guy is blocking primary or the secondary, right? Like it just depends wherever they are, right? This guy could be upstairs, this guy could be downstairs, right? It could be like this. Again, if you are already holding them, then you are going to be spawning primary and they're going to be spawning revenge now, right? So that's why these split spawns happen. Same on this side, right? If the enemy team is here and you push up like too far, this is what you're going to expect pretty much, right? The same thing to happen on this side, right? So the teammate, the red team, if they're holding this, they'll spawn the primary and then you'll spawn the secondary, right? And you guys will spawn the secondary, just depending on what the situation is. Sometimes you'll have parallel spawns, which is the team. Oh, sorry, that is a parallel spawn. Split spawn is this, you have, like, for example, this guy's on this point for a second. Like for 1 second he's in the anchor position and someone's already dead. Boom, the team's gonna spawn him, and then he like dies or whatnot, and then everything goes back to normal. And then but you still have one person who's got that split spawn. That's why they're called split spawns. That is the main reason why they happen in this game a lot, especially on SKYLINE, just because how big the anchor positions are and how the map is. It's very compact, so that's why this map gets super mixy at times. But you know, that is the main theory and reasoning behind it. Other than that, thank you guys for listening. Be on the lookout for a lot more content, man. We are going to be breaking stuff down, a lot more gameplay, a lot more scrims from Optic and Illy and anyone, you know, pretty much we're going to break everything down, talking about actual gameplay itself, not just about, you know, like 8 or 9 people in the Discord doing watch parties and whatnot, or just watching gameplay. No, we're gonna break things down, try to figure out why these guys are playing how they're playing, what we can learn from it, and how we can improve. That is the point of this channel. That is what we're gonna do. Other than that, hope you guys had a good New Year and Christmas break and everything like that, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.